This is going to be a film about one Richard Tomko. Now, Mr. Tomko began teaching at a very young age. He came from a line of teachers. He himself has said that teaching runs in his blood. He's also said that even when he began teaching, he was old-fashioned for his time. Now, his teaching methods have not changed, but his personal experience as mayor of St. Clair for 35 years have given him a very intimate knowledge of the subject of government, which he currently teaches in the halls of Blue Mountain High School.
I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. And now the end is...
Okay, I certainly don't like school at all, but what I do love about high school is Mr. Tomko. He may threaten me every once in a while with Bob Hepler, but he's still the man.
Well, he's a fine gentleman, but more importantly, he is the man. You understand me, people? The man.
Mr. Tomko is just a tremendous person and a true friend.
Definitely a very knowledgeable man. He knows what he's talking about.
Had he been in any other profession other than teaching, he would have been a multi-millionaire. He could easily be the CEO of any company in America and run it without corruption and greed.
He's adorable.
Mr. Tomko is a unique man with a background that I don't think our students and some of the faculty even understand. His background in Schuylkill County politics and the political scene just in the county and regionally with his ties with Congressman Holden have a huge impact on the school in general. But me personally, he's a man of experience. He's seen a lot. He's done a lot. He's witnessed a lot, and he's a person that you can go back to whenever and just bounce things off him and get his opinion. And I truly, I look for his opinion before some decisions are made. I want to know what he thinks. Not that we're going to go definitely his way, but his opinion is always gratefully accepted.
And now the end is near.
Good sense of ethics, which politicians today have forgotten, most of them, and CEOs don't have a clue of when it comes to ethics. So that's what I think he would have been great at. He could have been president. He could have been the mayor of New York City. But instead he was the mayor of St. Clair, which is still quite a feat considering the politics up in that town.
When he talks to you, he has emphasis behind everything, so you really want to kind of listen and get to know more about what he has to say, because everything he has to say is important. So.
But Mr. Tomko always looks at the positive nature of every student, and that's a unique quality that I really admire.
In politics, yes, I see him around a lot of places. He shows up, you'd be surprised.
No one knows how many times I'll stop outside of Mr. Tomko's room while his door is open and just stand there and listen to him lecture, because it is really, truly interesting. I'll stand out there for 10-15 minutes and listen to him talk. It's amazing the things and I always wonder, I'm hoping that our students are able to grasp some of the things he's saying, because he's talking not just what you read in the newspaper, but he's talking in depth with an insight that not many people have the opportunity to hear. And I truly enjoy doing that. When I'm walking around, I'll always go down that hall and just stand there for a little bit so no one sees me, so I can listen to his lectures.
And now the end is near.
Now when I get here at 6:30, then I do things I want to do in the room for the day. Like put an outline on the board of what I'm going to talk about, put my daily quotation on the board, do paperwork, put grades on the machine, whatever has to be done so that when the students come, I'm all ready for them. 20 years. Well, it was very busy, very taxing, but it was rewarding. And then I had an opportunity to help so many people and try to translate the will of the people into public policy and work with many younger council people who had been elected, and many of whom I taught when they were in high school. But as the years went on, of course, they entered the public service and politics and ran for office. It was very rewarding. I had 36 years in total of elected local office. Teaching.
Why is that?
That's all I've ever known. I can't think of any one greatest personal achievement. I think the fact that I had the opportunity to maybe be a small part of so many people's lives, that I had the opportunity to be able to touch the thousands of lives of those students that I taught. I think that's the greatest personal achievement of my life. That I feel I made a difference. Teaching to me is not a career, it's an obligation. Certainly not gonna, you've got the machine working.
Yeah, it's working.
Turn it off and start all over again.
All right.
How do you get ready for a normal day?
How I get ready for the normal day, the same. I can't tell you everything, but I'm not going to.
Ask the question.
Do you know if our copy paper was delivered yesterday to the middle school? Do they?
I know. Groups should be at the very end.
Hey!
What?
Does my hair look okay?
Oh, it looks beautiful.
Just let me make sure my hair's. Go ahead.
So, ask the question.
Okay. Hope if I had a list of questions.
Ah!
How long have you known Mr. Tomko?
I've known Mr. Tomko about 6 years, approximately 6 years. 4 years that I've been up here as the principal, then a couple years earlier when I was down at the middle school.
Has Mr. Tomko made an impact in your experience here at all?
Yes. My experience, you're asking?
Yeah,
personally?
personal experience.
My personal experience, quite a bit.
Now for the cheesy emotional.
Mr. Tomko's best quality is his deep belief in the good of every student.
I've known Mr. Tomko since 2003. I taught next to him, until 2008 when I retired. As a government teacher, there's no question he has tremendous ideas and things that he is able to provide to students, having been a former mayor of St. Clair. And at the same time also he's been a very good friend. We've oftentimes had opportunities to talk about many different things, and just a great person. And students of Blue Mountain are so fortunate to have had the opportunity to sit in one of his classes and to experience firsthand what a local politician, mayor, government official has been able to do, and as I said, in St. Clair. So it's been quite an opportunity, it's been quite a pleasure.
It's a kind of a hidden thing no one knows.
Really, you wrote this question down?
What question?
What would you say is Mr. Tomko's best quality?
Mr. Tomko, a matter of fact, in my years up here, I have never heard him say anything negative. This kid's a knothead, this kid's this, that. I've never heard him say anything negative about a student. He always looks for the positive. And that's a unique quality, because we all know, not everybody, not every day is the Rose Bowl, and not every student is a day at the beach. So, there's good days, there's bad days. There's students that need a kick in the behind, there's students that need a pat in the back. Everybody's different, and that's what schools are about.
Has Mr. Tomko changed your view on teaching?
Yeah. I won't say changed it, but he's allowed me to broaden my horizons, because, public education and public schools are getting a bashing all over the nation. This school's failing, that school's failing. Certainly Blue Mountain is not failing. We're thriving. Certainly we can get better. Everybody can get better. But we're doing a pretty good job. But you read and you hear about all these new and fancy methods of technology, and do this and do that. Mr. Tomko certainly doesn't You know, he still talks about the machine being his computer. You don't need that. If you have, to me, he's taught me, or I've learned that if you gather a student's or a class's attention and they respect you, you can teach by just interacting and getting a message across, letting students give their opinions back, and you can have a class where everybody feels comfortable that their opinion is valued, and as a teacher you can respect them, the students respect the teacher. It's a mutual respect, and kids learn that way. No one's trying to one-up themselves, and the teacher isn't apprehensive because they're going to show this film or they got to do this or this. Mr. Tomko has his methods of getting his government classes taught. He gets the job done in his own ways, and his own way is through mutual respect of the students, and the students respect him.
I just have to say that, like, in all my years here at Blue Mountain, like, he's the one teacher who every student has respect for. Like, there's even the troublemakers, they love Tomko. It's just how it is. You can't help but like the man.
It's because how can you not trust somebody who talks to you like you're a human being? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When have you ever heard Mr. Tomko talk down to a student or not treat them with respect? That's something I make sure I try to do every day. That I try to, and you know, I talk to a student, if there's a discipline issue, I'll say, hey, when have I ever disrespected you? Because I try to emulate what Tomko does. I don't want to disrespect anybody. Because if I disrespect them, they're certainly welcome to do the same back to me. It's reciprocal. But if I respect you, I would expect the same respect in return. That's Mr. Tomko in a nutshell. He respects everyone. And he treats everyone like a human being. And they deserve that respect. How can you not respect him?
I think that's good.
That's all right.
Okay?
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, fellas.
Would you describe Tomko as your boy?
Tomko is definitely my boy. I mean, every day when we're in the paper for golf, team-wise, he's always cutting out our pictures in the paper and congratulating us in class. So I would say he's my boy. But yeah.
What's your favorite memory of Mr. Tomko?
My freshman year, Rowan Singla brought in a fart machine and put it in Mr. Tomko's little pedestal thing he stands on, and he was in there and started zapping it. Mr. Tomko was like, "Whoo! What's going on?" He had no idea what was going on, and we finally realized there was a fart machine underneath his desk, and it was pretty funny.